guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the last video in the 3-video series of the silk head wrap, scarf, pillow, eye thing. So the last video that I told you guys we were going to do was using all the scraps that you had left from the silk tutorials that we did for the silk pillowcase as well as the silk bandana, head wrap, hair wrap. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make the eye mask now. So using one of your spare materials, I'm going to use this red one here. Okay, what you're going to want to do is all you're going to need, is some silk. I bought a bunch of different sheets of colorful, what do you call this, felt, I guess. And the reason I'm using felt is because it's a heavier material and we want to use it for the outside of the eye mask, whereas to the inside is going to be the silk. Okay, and other than that, all you're going to need is your sewing machine and a measuring tape. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to use this red one here. Take your measuring tape and we're going to measure, here's inches. You want to make sure that you have enough coverage. So let's put this right at 0, right to here. Okay, I'm going to let it go right to my hairline. So measure right from your hairline across to the other hairline. Okay, you could do it over the bridge of your nose if you've got a little bit of a hump here because you want to make sure that it nestles in really good. Okay, hairline, hairline. Okay, so my measurement is about, we're going to make it 8.5. Okay, it was about 8.25, but we'll do 8.5. So with that, measure out on here to make sure that you have 8.5 inches, okay, worth of material to make that. Also, you'll want to get the measurement of, I'm going to, as big as I can make mine, I'm going to, but you don't want to go past your nose, obviously, even though we're going to swoop it under and around, okay? So I'm going to go right up to about here, which will give me about 3 inches. So I want to go 8.5 inches wide and 3 inches that way. So now that you have that piece there, you'll want to draw out, okay, this is where you might want to do it on a piece of paper first. Draw out your face and cut it out of a piece of paper, okay? So let me go draw that and I'll show you why we're going to do that. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done here, let me just show you, is I folded my paper, so I measured from here to the edge of my paper, okay, was my width measure, the width, okay, and then I also did my 4 inches here, and then I did about 2.5 in the middle. Now you're wondering why I folded my paper like this, because I don't have a ruler, and for me, I always like to just fold everything to get an exact half as opposed to moving a ruler and measuring all the time. Okay, so once I did that, I folded down the middle just to make sure that whatever I do on this side of my eye mask stencil is going to happen onto this side. And the reason I didn't draw it there is because when I cut it, I'm actually going to fold it in half and just cut like this, and the opposite side should just match up, okay? So go ahead and you could do any style you want. If you wanted yours to be like cat eyes, you totally could do one of these here where you'd, oops, sorry, I should do it down here. Let's just erase. And I do this in pencil always, okay, because you never know how many mistakes you're gonna make. Okay, so that there, and then when you do cut it, it'll be the same thing, okay? And you'll have like a little cat eye, or if you wanted to do it that way, down, whatever style you want. But I'm gonna do it the typical rounded way because we want it to look like the Asian Provacateur one, which I've linked down below. So if you want to see a picture of it, click down in the description bar below. So now all I'm going to do, since we've wasted enough time talking about that, is go ahead and cut this out. Okay. Now it seems like after you do this, you're going to be like, whoa, that's a really big eye mask. But don't forget that about 1/2 inch on each side is going to disappear anyways later. So there's your eye mask, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this back up to show you guys, okay? assuming I put this on my face, this is where it is. But don't forget that 1/2 inch from all around is going to shrink and disappear off of this. At this point, if you're like, okay, you know, I really don't like the way it looks with, you know, I want it to be thinner down at the bottom, you can do that. But I'm not going to, because I know that I want mine to cover all of my face. I want, when I sleep, everything to get covered. You're only sleeping, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now at this point, you're gonna wanna trace it onto both this piece here, as well as your felt piece, okay? Make them both the exact same size and cut them out, and I'll see you guys right back. I actually just wanted to show you guys one thing really quickly. It might be easier for you to pin this pin the stencil onto your fabric, okay? Because it is hard to stencil and draw it out. So if you want to do that and also pin them all together, I guess, right onto your felt, and put a bunch of pins in it, okay? So that nothing moves, and when you do cut it, nothing moves, okay? That now I'll really see you back in just a few minutes. So next thing's next. What you want is, you always want the shinier side. You're going to notice that your silk has two sides, the super silky and then like a duller side, okay? So dull, shiny silk, okay? That shiny silk is the part that you want to go onto your eye. So when you put it on, you want your eyeballs, well, your skin to be at that part, okay? This other half here is just going to be the part on the outside. So let's go ahead and take this, and all you're going to want to do is you'll want to repin everything, because the less that it moves, the better for you. Okay, so I have mine pinned down. I debated doing it so that I would have some more red silk on the opposite side, but it doesn't look like I had enough scraps left, and I didn't want to cut apart my head wrap. So, okay, let's go ahead and start, and you're going to want to start, you could start up here. Like, all we need is a little bit of an opening so that we can turn it inside out. So it doesn't matter how big your opening is. You can even choose to sew all the way around here. Okay, and then do this part last if you want, but I'm just gonna go around this way. Whatever works best for you, just leave an opening so that, you know, about that big, that you can flip everything inside out and get a pencil in there and poke out all the edges so that everything is a nice flush. And sew it up, and I'll meet you right back. Okay guys, so after that, so I've sewn it all the way around, okay, and I've left a small little hole at the top. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to push everything through. Okay, you'll notice that I took off the straps. Tried to edit it out of this video, but we're gonna put the straps on last, okay? So push everything through. I had to change a plan because I thought of something else to do. So here's where your pencil would come into play, but I'm just gonna poke my finger back. Just make sure I push everything through. Okay, and what you're going to want to do with the last little opening is take your, just a regular, your needle and thread, and just sew that closed, and I'll meet you guys right back. Okay guys, so we have it sewn from both sides, and we sewed up the top part here. Don't worry about not getting it perfect. I mean, we try what we can. It obviously isn't going to look as nice as when we sew it with the machine, but you're just sleeping with this, so it's okay. So mine is sewn completely shut, and I did like a bunch of I threaded it by hand 1,000,000 times. So the silky part, again, will go on your face like so. Okay, and what we're gonna do is, that fabric that we cut originally, that I had on there but I cut off, okay, assuming it still fits the way you want it to, okay, perfect. We are going to attach it to here, okay. Now you can hand sew this, or you can run it through the machine. I am going to hand sew it personally because I don't want to run, you could, I mean, it's not a big deal, it'll probably be way faster to do it that way, but I'm going to hand sew it onto here from one end to the other, so that basically your mask looks like that, okay? So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you right back in a second. All right. Okay guys, welcome back. So after doing that, we have it like this. So I've attached them to the outside here, and you can trim them down a little bit, but I'm just gonna leave them, doesn't really matter. You're gonna wanna try it on really quickly. So I'll just put it on like that, and you see I've got plenty of room here, okay? And it sits just like that, and I could, of course, you obviously don't sleep with your hair in a ponytail, but this is not tight at all, and it doesn't rub me, it doesn't bother me, so we could just leave it like that. Now the one thing I thought that would be really cute to add to it, similar to what Asian Provocateur did there, is I cut out from the excess that I had, so around my straps I told you that I had little hearts and flowers on it. So I've cut out 2 of them, okay? And what we're gonna do, sorry, just place it down here. I'll flip this over so it faces you. You can steam this so that it lays flatter, because right now, or put a book over it overnight or something, because it is gonna be a little wonky out of shape, but you measured it, so you know it fits right. Anyways, instead of putting eyelashes like some places have it, you could do the lace eyelashes. I cut out some of these, and I'm just going to place these on here, okay, to look like little eyelashes. And you can get really creative with this and do it however you'd like. I'm going to hand sew these on because I don't want it to definitely poke through from the other side, so you'll just clip them where you think you like them. Okay, I'm just putting them on here to show you. Okay, that it is attached on there. So that way, when you do wear it, measure it out and stuff. Obviously it looks like I probably have fish eyes, they're off to the sides. But so I'm gonna wanna bring them closer. Here are my eyes right here. So I'm just gonna hang on right there. Ooh, I was really far off. Okay, but move them in closer, and from there you can do anything you want. Like for example, if I wanted it to have a little bit more than just that, okay, I've got plenty of trim left from my pajama that I could essentially take it and do this, okay, if I wanted to line, you know, the entire top of it with the little hearts, I could do that and just hand stitch them all on. Like at this point, it's just a matter of being completely creative as to what you want to do with it. You know, adding something to the top, even maybe just the top, will eliminate that little hand stitch area that we were working on, okay? Just be creative with it, and that's it, guys. That's all you have to do to make these. I hope this tutorial was fun for you. I'm going to post a picture at the very end of this to let you know how mine looked with me wearing it. But yeah, that's it. Just you can glue these on because it's on the felt, so don't worry about it ruining or bleeding through, because if you just use a very, very little tiny bit, you should be fine. Again, I'm not going to glue because I don't want any kind of hard feeling or crisp feeling when I am wearing it, because this is a very thin layer of silk. If you want to double up the silk, if you have extra material, you can do that, or alternatively you can have some of that red silk over here so that the felt is hidden inside of the mask, and from there you could do exactly what Asian Provocateur shows as theirs and use the red and then, you know, some nice black lace eyelashes, or you can also cut eyelashes very easily if you were to use a piece of felt. I'm not going to waste my felt because I'm going to use it to make some other stuff. But assuming you cut a piece of felt, let's say this white piece is felt, you can easily I'm just making tiny little tree strokes, okay? Tree, and I mean triangle, but in like a small skinny pine tree shape, okay? Pull off all those extras that you don't need. Okay, let's assume that's my eyelash right there. Okay, you can do that with your felt. Give it a nice curl. Trust me, your felt will do that also. And you can attach that on there also. What's really cute about that is it'll be like a 3D effect with little lashes that fluff out. Okay, so you can use any colors, do whatever you like. I hope this tutorial was fun for you guys. Let me know if you want to see anything else. That concludes the whole silk tutorial part 3, and stay tuned. I'm going to do a giveaway where each set I'm going to give away will be a either a pillowcase and a mask, eye mask, or I'll give away like in a few different colors. So I still have where are they? I don't know. I still have 2 fabrics that I'm going to give away, so stay tuned for that video. Okay guys, have fun, have a good one, be creative, and I'll see you guys soon.